Devastation.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Transformers Devastation Prime difficulty walkthrough, playing as Bumblebee. This is the third mission. It is entitled The Core, and it's one of the shorter missions. You'll notice that the missions from now on do get a little shorter. Still, some have got some girth to them, some breadth, but as a rule, the first two missions are really long, and then everything after that kind of just speeds through in some bizarre slipstream, and I don't really know why. I'm still kind of baffled by this game. Like, how this game isn't as long as Bayonetta is beyond me, because it's a full retail game, even though the price is, you know, a little cheaper than a retail, but it's still up there. And they had, one would think, 2 years to make it, 3 years? I'm not too sure. It's just this confusing thing. When they were asked, is it going to be like Core, is it going to be this budget release that was developed, you know, quite quickly, they said no. So my mind was like, this is going to go everywhere. We're going to go all across the world doing all kind of Transformery things. And then when you play it, there's really not much to it, and most of it's here in this reused asset of this city. And I'm going to say it now, I don't have any problem with that. I found it really strange, because I was like, it's going to be like Call of Duty, it's going to be like Uncharted, we're going to go everywhere, we're going to be globe-trotting and doing crazy Transformer things, and you don't. You straight up just don't. And I don't think it makes it a worse game for it. I just think, you know, expectation-wise, you don't do much in this game. Like, the majority of the things you do is the fighting, and the fighting feels wonderful, and that's all I could ever really ask for. But why? Why is it so, like, isolated and insular? I don't get it. I'd love to work for Platinum. I've said this a million times. If you're listening, Platinum, and you can speak, you know, good enough English. I can't speak Japanese, and it sucks, but I make up with passion and servitude. Because I love your games, but I don't get them sometimes. And I try my hardest too, as well. Like, they're probably the only company I could honestly say I get the closest to fanboying over, but even then, I'm going to tell you what's wrong, because you've got to. That's how I feel. Like, I'm not going to tell you that the game has no flaws, because it's not true. It's just not true at all. And a lot of criticism's been laboured at this game because of this very reason, and I don't have an answer if I even wanted to defend this, because I don't have an answer. Like, this is Thundercracker. I'm having fun trying to get out of the vehicle mode, which is my least favourite aspect of this game. I've already mentioned in the Magus Guide, or Magnus, or whatever, that I don't like the transformation in this particular game. I think Bayonetta did it better, and I still stand by that, but I don't think it hinders upon gameplay enough for me to mention it more. As we shoot that dude, and he dies. But yeah, I think I'm going to play some of this today. I've been really itching to get back on it, and once I finish commentating this, I've done all my walkthroughs, which means I've done like 6 walkthroughs in 3 weeks, which is insane. I don't recommend it, because I'm run down as shit, and I'm not waking up feeling too great, but it's done, and I'm proud of what's been made, and hopefully it does well. You know, hopefully it brings in some new subscribers, because my subscriber numbers, I was still getting subscribers every day, but it had definitely stifled from when I was getting more, and I think it was literally due to Evil Within. When Evil Within dropped, I managed to be pretty much the most popular Akumu guide on YouTube to begin with. I wasn't doing massive numbers, there were still people way higher than me that were playing on normal terribly, but that's just YouTube. But I managed to get, you know, in the search engine results, which is always a great result, and I got a nice boost in viewers and subscribers and things. But since then, YouTube has been real harsh. Like, straight up, my numbers have been down, you know, all that kind of stuff that I don't really talk about too much, because I appreciate a lot of people don't care, and I don't want it to affect my commentary, because it can be very easy to get kind of bummed out when you're not, you know, getting views, and when you're not getting numbers that you think that your content deserves. And calling your work or your videos content can sometimes be very clinical. Sometimes calling it work can make it feel dirty, but a lot of work goes into videos if you try. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't try, and that's fine, but I do. And I always have. Even my old stuff, like when I was forging a path and learning how to do this, you know, I always tried, even if it doesn't look like I did. I always, you know, always tried my best to edit something together that was worth watching, to commentate something that was worth listening to, you know, just making sure that it was the type of thing that I would like to watch. And I'm rather picky on YouTube, so maybe that's my weakness, you know. I make things I would like to watch, and unfortunately I'm not a 12-year-old person who enjoys somebody pretending to be afraid and screaming and getting all crazy hyped up. Because hype men on YouTube do really well. I'm beginning to learn this all over again. It's something I learned a long time ago, and I'm just reminded of it daily. By the way, this is a pretty tough checkpoint, but it's also really fair. The only difficult one is the final one, because it's a ton of the crazy hammer guys, and they take a beating when you don't have the weapons to kill them quickly. But that's what a lot of YouTube is. It's these hype men of... We've probably been paid by the people who make this game to say nice things, and we don't have to tell you because we're immoral that way. Even though isn't it illegal to do that? Yet that's what they do, and they get attention, and they get people excited over potentially nothing, you know? These are people who take a 10-second teaser video and talk about what they wish was in the game, but they phrase it and they put it in a way that it makes it look like they know what's in the game when they don't. And unfortunately that was a firework, guys, so there's going to be more of that. Hopefully not, but we'll see as I fight these hammer dudes. And it's really popular because there's a lot of people excited and there's a lot of people looking for information, and if you clickbait things correctly and you've got the right stuff, it's so easy to get those views. But I don't really like that. I've never liked that aspect of YouTube. I find it to be ugly, and I'm not immune to it. There are times when I've done it to try and make a video more appealing, but I wish it wasn't so. You know what I mean? I wish YouTube kind of worked. Oh, fucking hell. Come on, really? It's 3 days away, you premature prick. But this is another fight, and you have to do this every time you die, so feel free to skip it if you don't want to mess. Yeah, you can use the brick and chuck it and blow it up and keep doing that, but on Prime it takes a while to kill them. It would be nice if it was an instant kill like it was on the earlier difficulties, but I understand why it's not. Inflation and all that. This is not an easy fight coming up though. There are so many people, and I hate to be that guy, but I find this perspective to be not helpful at all. I don't know why. To look at it, I see everything fine, but I just don't react the same. It's, you know, you change that perspective, it just trips me up. So I have a really tough time making this kind of encounter work. And these are enemies that have armor, so be very careful. You see what I mean? Look at the damage. What was that? 99% of my life in one hit. And it's really tough, especially when you can see all the effects going off, all the concrete that's coming up when they hit their hammer. And it's pretty, it's crazy, it's fast, and before you know it, you've got a mouthful of death. And look how many there is! This is one of the craziest fights in the game. But once again, if you come here and you've got even remotely leveled, you're going to destroy them really quickly. And the only reason that this is even remotely tricky right now is because of how much I have to hit them and because of how many of the others can attack me while I'm doing that. And if I stop paying attention for a second, I'm in trouble. So there's my ultimate. Did it kill? I think it killed. That's nice to see. And there you go. A rank, didn't get the damage. Got the time though. That ranking system is really confusing. And that's the end of the fight. But I noticed a lot of YouTubers doing the hype man stuff that I knew did it, but I kind of felt I didn't have an issue with, and now I do, and I don't know what changed. Like, I really like watching Maximilian's videos, but when he rips them directly from his stream, which is what he does, I just don't think it's the same level of content. I don't think it's the same level of enjoyment for me personally. And these days, all the videos I see from that guy are like trailer analysis stuff, where it's like a minute and a half long. And it's fine, but like I really liked his stuff when he made things. And it's one of those things where he can put this 1 minute and 30-second video up and get 70,000 views, or he can put up this 20-minute video that's got a ton of effort in it and maybe get 30,000. So why the fuck would he ever do the thing that I like? You know what I mean? And I don't blame him at all. I don't judge the guy. It's just, I never noticed him being that way before, and then I realised, like, why would you not? It's so easy. Like, those live streams, if you've ever been in them with Max, the dude gets fucking loaded, like, stupid subscriptions of money from people, like, and then afterwards, the thing that you watched a month later becomes content on his YouTube channel, which then gets 30 to 50,000 views, and you're just like, wow, this shit just pays for itself. It's cyclical. This is madness. And I don't think it could happen to a nicer guy. He seems legitimately like somebody who, you know, is really passionate about fighting games. But it comes to a point where you realise that he's now a hype man. That's who he is. He's not the person you watch to see high-level gameplay from. He's kind of like the average Joe guy who plays all fighting games but is master of none of them. And I think it's a shame, because he's probably a really good player, but he's changed how he does fighting games because of how he does YouTube. And, you know, sometimes it can be less enjoyable to watch, I think. But he gets a lot of hate on those videos as well from people talking about his thumbnails and how he's selling out and things. And I just... Oh, here's Blitzwing, by the way. I called this guy Blitzkrieg on a previous walkthrough, and everyone was like, Blitzkrieg? Yep, I have brain farts, guys. They happen. Oh, is this the absolute devastation of Mr. Blitzwing? Notice how you can't kill him in this phase? Because it has to do the cutscene where they fire the missiles at you. It's super redundant. What a joke. So now, I have to dodge the weird missiles before he turns up again, and we can end this fight. Because it's designed in a very old-school, draconian way. So there you go. SS rank. Not tricky to do, but still annoying. By the way, Blitzwing is the guy. This is the... Look at the armor. I hit him with 5 moves of vehicle attack and he still combos through it. This guy has crazy armor. But guess what? The overdrive move doesn't care how much armor you've got. It will still reset you, and that's why it's really cool, but I don't see myself using it just yet, which is a shame. Oh, there it was. Wait for it, wait for it, wait. Oh, there it was. Look how good it is, dude. Oh, it's so powerful, man. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh, what am I doing? Do it, do it. I ain't got enough energy to do it, that's why I'm not doing it, but you'll see it. There it was. He can't do a thing. It interrupts his armor, and it makes him completely powerless. What a bitch. Love it. Check it. That's the end of the level, guys. Thank you very much for watching. You take care now.